This is Travis with Horror Movies Uncut speaking to Kurando Mitsutake about his new film with Asami. It is Gun Woman. It premiered last night at Texas Frightmare Weekend. We were in attendance and it was awesome. Okay, so first and foremost, thank you so much for coming here and bringing your film here. Like I was telling you at the beginning when I met you with Mark, you were one of the reasons why we made the trip from St. Louis to come down here and see this new film. But the first thing that I would like to ask you, with all the stuff that you've been involved in your career with films and television and stuff like that, what made you decide that, okay, now it's time for me to do this type of release and bring it to the audiences in both America and Japan and worldwide?
Well, I'm really happy that you enjoyed the movie. First of all, well, the I wanted to do something kind of a serious film noir-esque action movie within the Japanese extreme genre, I guess.
Right.
You know, Nishimura work, Iguchi work, I respect them, but they're kind of tongue-in-cheek,
Right.
more goofier.
Right,
you
right,
know?
exactly.
And I thought everybody was kind of getting sick of it. Kind of flat-noted.
Right.
And so I wanted to do something serious, something darker, and especially my mission with this picture was to show Asami's different side as a performer. She plays a goofy character on Nishimura work and Iguchi work, and I wanted to show the world that she can do other stuff.
Right.
So I think that's why you thought something different came out.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we were seriously coming down here expecting to see a certain film, and we're completely blown away about what we saw, because more than anything, it was not what we expected. Okay, so we appreciate you
In a
for
good way,
that.
right?
Yeah, of course, in a good way, in an amazing way, in an amazing way.
Thank
So, one of the things that I guess I would ask you after that then is, in the film, and obviously no spoilers at all in this interview, but one thing that I will say is I really enjoy the fighting choreography that's in there, because it is most of the films that you see, especially the Japanese films and Asian culture, it's usually a very fast paced, like the shot is completely across the room, it's kind of getting the whole entire thing, where you were right up there next to Asami when she's going through her things, and then all the other fights that are going on in the film. What made you decide to go that route?
I wanted to shoot it like a documentary.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I think that was part of the reason why, especially the training sequence, we were right with her, and then for the climactic gun action, I think we were more stylized.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was the kind of a challenge we put on ourselves to shoot it like a documentary.
Right. Okay. Now, in the screening, you told everyone that you actually guys took Asami out and you actually got some training with guns and stuff like that. When you were creating the story and things like that, did you have a particular gun in mind that you wanted to use for the film?
Right.
I mean, the name of it's Gun Woman, so
Right,
obviously
right.
that's going to be very important.
Right. Well, since Asami is a small woman,
Right,
small
right,
girl,
right.
she can't put 44 magnums inside her body.
No double barrel shotguns blowing away
Right.
anybody anytime soon.
Right. So, something smaller than USB compact, I thought was a cool choice.
Okay. And do you shoot guns?
I do. A little
Okay,
bit, yeah.
because it seems as if, like the gentleman was saying in the screening, it seems as if you do have a little knowledge of guns, where maybe you might attend a couple gun ranges or something where you're from. Is that accurate to say?
Well, I'm not an avid gun
You're not like an NRA
collector.
holder,
right. But I do have shotgun at home for home defense. I'm a regular gun owner, I guess.
Right.
And but I did some research on guns and how to disassemble it and stuff like that, and that was reflected on the movie.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Like I said on Q&A, in order to support the big lie, you have to support it with the reality, small reality.
And thanks for answering my question about that earlier with the 22 minutes and everything, because it's not that I was initially saying, okay, that sounds like BS with that, but for you actually saying that kind of solidified what I was asking you in the question, so I really, really appreciate that. Let's talk about the music for the film real fast. Now, unfortunately, at certain screenings that you go to, you don't always get the type of quality that you would want for something that has the type of music that is involved in your film. who did the score for your film, and what was your kind of influences of bringing that style of music? I mean, I know where it's coming from, but if you could tell my readers and everything where it was coming from, that'd be great.
Sure. Well, the guy who did it is named Dean Harada, and he did my previous movie, Samurai Avenger score. We're really tight. I always joke around saying, you know, if I were Sergio Leone, he's my Ennio Morricone.
Okay,
That's kind of like the
okay.
collaboration we
Right,
have.
for sure.
And basically, my note to Dean on this picture was, let's see, my note to him was Giorgio Moroder.
Okay, okay. So I mean, like it's so obviously he's like your partner in crime, pretty
Yes,
much.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, and do you guys like go out and see films together, and sometimes maybe come back and like powwow about certain things that you're seeing and some ideas that you can develop for some like because as a filmmaker, we know that you guys have more projects in your head on
Right.
scraps of paper and stuff like that. So
Could we do the?
yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah, please do.
Thank you.
On some things to do in some of your future films or anything, because as a filmmaker we know that you guys always have some other ideas and stuff that you're trying to push and
Right.
develop. Is it usually an easy conversation between the two of you guys, or are you guys such good friends that you even fight with each other on some of the ideas and stuff that you like to do?
We collaborate really kind of almost effortlessly. So
That's good.
we really don't have to like go see a movie together, because we grew up in the same generation.
Okay.
We kind of have a shorthand communication of, if I just say Giorgio Moroder, he knows
Right,
exactly what I'm talking about.
Right.
So, yeah, in that way, we really don't. Well, I mean, he comes to our place for dinner, occasionally, stuff like that. Then we just, not really talk about movies. We just talk about our
Just
life
life,
in
right,
general.
right,
But,
of course.
when we put the filmmaker hats on, that's when the collaboration starts.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, you know, now one of the things that you were explaining in the Q&A after the film screening was how, in a sense, Asami came to you and she said, I want to be a star of a film. I want my own type of movie. So, was the idea for Gun Woman already, in a sense, going?
You going up?
So was it already going before you brought her into the fold, and then you just kind of reworked some things around for her, or is this a film that when she contacted you, you were like, let's just build this film completely around her?
After my previous film, Samurai Avenger, 5 years ago, right after the movie, I already had the concept for Gun Woman.
Okay.
And I didn't know, too many actresses who could, do a movie like that. And so, when she said she wants to do a project with me, I said, well, I have this idea for Go Woman. I think that would be, perfect for you. Do you mind coming in?
Oh yeah, no problem at all.
It's not been cleaned yet.
Yeah, our hotel, every time we came back, we're like, are they even in here cleaning? What's going on? We're over at the Holiday Inn Express across the highway.
Oh, okay.
And then every time we came back after the stuff's over, I want to ask you, with the way that the film distribution is now, where so many releases are coming out and they're being put on the shelves for 5 years before they're even being seen and stuff like that, do you feel that it's a lot more important now for filmmakers to start kind of looking at their own ways of getting their films out? Or is it still kind of one of those things where, you definitely still need to kind of go through those charters of dealing with a distribution company to get your film seen by as many people as you want?
Right. Well, I mean, I think like some of U.S. comedians, started to associate with, their fan base directly.
Yeah, podcasts and all those things
Right,
that a lot of them are doing those now.
Yeah, and I think the second wave will be us, the filmmakers, like reaching out for the fan base on our own. Unfortunately, giants like Apple, iTunes, their criteria is so high, quality control is so tight not many individual could deal with that
Right, right,
high standard.
right.
So I guess the distribution companies or the sales agents are sort of the excuse me, sort of kind of necessary evil, I guess.
For sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
but yeah.
But but it makes me ask you, like when you see films that are highly distributed, like that have a lot of gore and things in there, like VHS films and stuff like that, guys like Ty West and Eli Roth do. Why is it that those guys have no issues with getting this type of distribution, but then someone like yourself in a film that you're doing, which is exactly on the same level as what those guys are doing?
Thank
You
you.
guys can go ahead.
You work it, baby.
Which is exactly on the same level as those guys. How come it's harder
Well,
for
we can
someone?
go downstairs.
Oh, yeah. How come someone like you may have more issues than someone like them, where essentially, like, obviously it's not the same film,
Right.
but it does appeal to the same audience, though.
I think I mean, film. I mean, the business side of filmmaking really waits for the easy answer. You know, it's like too convinced. Oh, sir, how are you doing? Unfortunately, you know, nobody wants to be fired from their cushy day job.
Right, right, right.
So hence, what they rely on is name value. Like say Eli Roth.
Yep, yep.
He has uh, name value
Right,
already.
right, right.
So that's bankable.
Right.
You can
And it's
say,
funny that you mentioned the Quentin Tarantino thing last night, because he's kind of like the new Quentin Tarantino, with
Sure,
putting his
it's a
name on a lot of those
protege,
films
yes,
to kind of get that push more for
Yes.
him. So,
But so that's the issue. It's like no one wants to gamble anymore. No one wants to take a risk. Playing it safe. That's everybody's mo now.
okay.
And I think that's hurting. That's hurting the business.
Right.
So the newcomers can't really break in.
Right.
You know. Heather, I have to say,
So I guess to end this, and thank you so much for your time. It's been a real pleasure meeting you and having you guys come down here, and you bringing Asami and everything. And I'm very, I told Mark, thanks a lot for introducing us to you guys, because it's awesome. I guess the only last thing that I would ask you is, obviously a lot of people are going to want to see a sequel to Gun Woman after they see the film. But is there anything currently that you are working on right now outside of Gun Woman that we should be excited about?
well, I have 6 pitches out there for different projects.
Okay.
One is kind of a TV series and a feature length film for Japanese TV.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know which one gets picked up first.
Okay, whoever gets picked up, that's you just roll. Okay.
But possibly Gun Woman 2, who knows?
Yep. All right. Well, thank you so much for